Hi, everybody. My name is Taluka from Markers and Minions, and this is episode 10 of Plan With Me. We are going to be planning Unit 6 today for 3rd grade, so it's going to have more of an upper elementary feel. I did Unit 6 for primary. I planned for 1st grade specifically in episode 9 of Plan With Me. So this one is geared towards upper because I already did primary. So for those of you that are new, welcome to the group. Take a moment to look over the group rules and kind of just explore the bar on the left-hand side of our group. The bar has like the files tab and the videos and the photos, and then a little search bar as well. So explore those resources that we have, and if you have any questions about anything specifically, you can search keywords, and you'll be able to see all of the conversations that have come up and that have been discussed. So there are those resources for you. Also, I have vocabulary picture file cards for most units for K through 5, and those are in the group files, and I get this question a lot, but it's called Google Drive vocabulary picture, something like that. And so if you open that up, it has a link to my Google Drive, which has all the pictures all together. Before, I was uploading each grade, each unit, and the way Facebook has it is it's not that organized when you're uploading files. So I tried to remove all of those, but sometimes they keep popping up, but just refer to that Google Drive link instead. It's more organized. If you can't access Facebook for whatever reason, I get asked this a lot. I do have a YouTube channel where all of these videos are posted, and then I've got my website, which is markersandminions.com, and that has basically everything, all my videos and all that. Hi, Christine. How are you? Hi, Gail. Yay, my friends are coming on. Okay, so I think that's it. Let's jump in. So disclaimer, Unit 6, last year I did not stretch it out in any way. Sometimes I like to stretch it out over a unit over 4 weeks, and I'll spend that 4th week doing a project and, assessing and really spending more time on the topic. But for Unit 6, I did not stretch it out, and I will not be stretching it out this year. I don't really enjoy Unit 6, but I will plan with you all, and you can do it to your however you feel like you want to do it. I'm really only going to be doing bits and pieces here and there. I'm still on Unit 5, and we're drawing that bad boy out like forever. So, hi Tina. Thank you. Yeah, I kind of got sick of it, and I just said shave all the sides and the back, so it's all buzzed. All right. So these are my templates, planning templates for anybody who's new. This is a unit overview where we'll write the comprehension, spelling, grammar for all 3 weeks together. And then once we have that mapped out, we'll go into the individual weeks. There's a template for week 1, and then weeks 2 and 3 are the same. So I just leave that blank. These are available to download for free on my TPT shop, Markers and Minions. It's like up at the top. And then I also have them for K through K1 also. This is the 2 through 6 planner. So I'm going to try to remember to stick to color coding today. This looks good. I'll use purple first. All right, so I forgot to print out the weekly presentations for Unit 6, so I'm going to be flipping through the TRS. I have 3 pages bookmarked, the week 1 mini lessons, week 2, and week 3. As we're working through this, I will stop to explain how writing is different and therefore grammar looks different, and basically give my input on some of these stories. that are included in this unit. I don't have a fun way for introducing the unit, so it's my first time not having like an intro because I'm just not as like passionate about this unit. So if you guys come up with anything, let me know. The whole overview, the whole theme is theme, and it's basically making decisions and, you know, more actions, consequences, and whatnot. It's going to be kind of similar to Unit 2. Okay, so week 1, we've got key events and summarizing, like always. It's not key details and main idea because this is a fiction unit. Analyze how character actions influence story events, so character analysis. And that one is lesson 4. In 3rd through 6, our lessons are numbered 1 through 15. Second and first and kinder, they're not numbered. They're just broken down by day, I believe. So these lesson numbers won't be consistent for 2nd grade. And then the central message or lesson of a story. So very similar to Unit 2. That one's lesson 13. And that's it. We got the summarized key events, of course, is lesson 2 and 7 because they break it up. There's also use reference materials to build vocabulary. I'll write that down here under the vocabulary focus. There's not always a vocabulary focus for each week, but sometimes it's use reference materials, sometimes it's context clues, and sometimes shades of meaning. So I'm going to just use the same color for vocabulary since it's technically comprehension. Reference materials. All right. Spelling for week 1 is, where'd it go? Irregular plurals. And the grammar skill is usually normally found in the drafting lesson. So like lesson, like the 3rd or 4th lesson under your writing. But it's different because in Unit 6, it's a research unit. Just like in Unit 3, remember the animal unit, it was a research unit. So the lessons in writing are all built around how to research and like using keywords and using text features in a book, table of contents, stuff like that to help you basically find more information on a topic. So the purpose of these lessons isn't to actually get the kids to draft. It's all these different researching skills. And that has to do with that, I think it's, you know what, I don't even know, I'm not gonna say it because it's one of the writing standards, it's towards the bottom. It's all about research. Use research to build something. All right, I have my writing booklets, which has made it a lot easier for me. And I'm actually, like the way that I have it is for Unit 6, I've included a drafting page. Because if I get to these, I'm still gonna have my kids draft after the research mini lessons, if I get to these in this unit. So that's the big difference in the TRS versus my booklets. So since there's no skill in these lessons, I looked at the practice tab online that has the activity book for spelling and grammar, or you can just look at the pamphlets that I have. And my pamphlet says possessives as the grammar skill for this week. Wait, I think. Oh, where'd it go? Is it possessives? Yeah. Oh, and punctuate dialogue. There's two. This happened in Unit 3 also. I think there were 2 skills each week because it is a review unit, so it's both. Possessives and punctuate dialogue. Okay, writing the prompt for Unit 1, Week 1, excuse me, is, and they all start with imagine. Imagine you are writing blah, 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 but you're not actually writing. They're not actually writing if you're following the TRS. That's why it says just imagine. So imagine that you've been asked to write an informational essay about fairy tale characters who use their intelligence to get out of sticky situations. First, you must conduct research to answer this guiding question. What fairy tales involve characters who use their intelligence to escape danger? Read and take notes from 2 or more sources to find facts and details to answer this question. List the sources of your information. That's the student prompt. So they are imagining that they're writing an informational essay. Honestly, I might end up just choosing one that I like and just drawing it out for the 3 weeks or however long I do this for. Okay, so here's week 1. Not that much here, huh? Now, week 1 stories, from what I remember, Fox and the Geese is good. The Three Spinsters was kind of weird. Might skip that one and just do the Fox and the Geese, which is short. The Three Spinsters is a short read. I remember it feeling like way longer. Yeah, I think that's the one where something weird about their bottom lip. Has anyone read it yet? I just remember thinking like, what am I reading? Okay, week 2. Oh, guys, I forgot. The last close reading skill is always lesson 14, which was our class goal. I don't know if you saw, but my kids wrote goals based on how they did on their interim. And our class goal was to get better at text structure. And so one text structure is obviously compare contrast. And that's because that lesson 14, that last one where they're comparing the 2 texts, we never get to. We always skip that. So that's my goal, is to get to this lesson. Compare, contrast, theme. Which I don't know if we'll be able to do if we don't read the Three Spinsters. Maybe I'll just have them read it and not pick it apart too much. Not spend a whole lot of time on it. Okay, week 2. Aaron says, why is it that units 8 through 10 spend 3 weeks going over each type of writing and are not units 1 through 3 in benchmark? Why are they at the end of the year? I don't know why they've placed them at the end of the year, but units 8 through 10 are genre writing, so units 1 through 7 are these different weekly prompts, and they take them through the different text types, so like informational and narrative and opinion. And so those are the first 3 writing standards. And then there's that one writing standard that kind of starts in 2nd grade, mostly in 3rd grade, where they have to actually revise and edit and go through the writing process. And so that's why units 8 through 10 are genre writing. I personally still do my own writing curriculum when I have time, just step up to writing. So I will come up with my own like genre writing assignment that's usually unit long and goes with whatever we're focusing on with benchmark. So they're still doing these quick like weekly prompts where they're learning about the different ways to respond to sources, but they're still getting that genre writing. But I guess it just doesn't have as much of an emphasis in our standards anymore. All right. We got key events and summarizing again for week 2. Of course. Character's point of view. And that is lesson 6. Then there's analyze how character actions influence story events. That's lessons 8 and 11. And these close reading tasks are for Dr. Know-All, which completely went over my students' heads last year. So your team is considering doing 8 through 10 first next year because the students are confused without knowing what they are. But aren't they learning how to write to using different types of writing through your writing mini lessons each day? Okay, spelling is long O, long oo, short oo, like in look, and then food. Okay, yeah, that's what that means. Long double O, short double O. Oops, skipped that lesson 14 again. Compare, contrast stories by the same author. Okay. And then there's no vocabulary focus from what I notice, from what I see for week 2. Let's see. I know that, here, we want to spend time showing them what the finished product will look like and step by step how to write before having them write 1 a week. That's a good idea. The second grade team, or there's a second grade teacher at least I know of on my campus that did unit 10 right away. I'm not sure if she focused on the writing, but I know she switched. She brought in those later units earlier, which I've heard they get harder throughout the year, but I've also heard that that's not the case. So in our district, though, we can only switch. We're really only supposed to switch within the first 3. So like units 1 through 3, we can do an order or we can jumble around, and then it's 4, 5, 6, and then it's 7 through 10 in the 3rd trimester, just for assessment purposes. Okay, the week 2 prompt. Dr. Know-All is a lucky character who is in the right place at the right time. Imagine that you've been asked to write a narrative story involving a character like Dr. Know-All. First, you must conduct research to answer this question. Who are some other lucky characters in folktales? Read and take notes from 2 or more sources to answer this question. List the sources of your information. And you are teaching them how to use keywords when they're searching online, how to use direct quotations, so like lifting lines. And then here's some research, some space to write their sources, and then I have the drafting listed. Okay, so that's narrative. And then let me look at what the grammar skill is. Week 2, comparative superlatives and pronoun antecedent. Antecedent agreement. And no vocab. Okay, here's what I've got. Week 2. And as always, I will take pictures at the end. Okay. Week 3. Do you have school tomorrow? Reference materials and context clues. We don't have school tomorrow. Or the Monday after. Oh, I see, Erin. That's cool. Okay. So she says just the writing is being switched. That makes sense. Character traits, story elements. Lesson 8 and 11. Okay, in this text, the wolf and the fox, that was good. So it's really just the short read number 2 from week 1, the Three Spinsters, and then the extended read from week 2, Dr. Know-All, that I remember not being that excited about last year. But the other ones are fine. But maybe you'll like them. And that's lesson 11. And then lesson 14, compare, contrast the central lessons. So is it central message? Is it lesson? I don't know. This says central lesson now. I don't like how those are interchangeable. Central lesson. I think when they get to like 5th and 6th, I think it's just central message, not lesson anymore. Okay, spelling is ow, as in how and out. So O-U. Out. Okay, let's look what language is. Concrete and abstract nouns and irregular verbs. All right, and the writing. Some people think that stories by the Brothers Grimm teach good values, such as being smart and having courage. Values? Is that being smart a value? While others think that these stories teach bad behavior, such as lying and tricking people. Imagine that you must state and support your opinion on this subject. To develop your opinion, you must conduct research to answer this question. How do the characters behave in various stories by the Brothers Grimm? I think this is the one I'll do. Unit long, and then I'll replace those stories with All Brothers Grimm. And then I can still do those lesson 14s, the compare and contrast. Read and take notes from 2 or more sources and list the sources below. Okay, so keywords, direct quotes, again, research, and then instead I've broken it down like this: examples of good behavior, bad behavior, what I think the story teaches people, and then drafting. This is the one I want to do. Hi, Elise. I am doing 3rd grade. That's what I'm going to do. Opinion. I thought you were skipping this week. Yeah, I was planning on it. I was going to be traveling this weekend, and then something else came up, and then I ended up canceling what came up, and now I'm just home. Not doing anything this weekend. Just taking it easy. It's been kind of a roller coaster lately. Tina says there's an awesome Brothers Grimm book at Costco right now. I guess it will have to be a read aloud, but it has all the stories in it. Oh! I have to go to Costco anyway to pick up my prints, so I'll look for that. Thank you, Tina. Okay, so this is the overview. La 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 la. Erin, I understand your thoughts. We were thinking of spending 2 weeks on each type of writing at the beginning of the year using the writing handbook. I teach 2nd. Yeah, there's also that additional, what she's saying is that handbook where it's more drawn out, or it's more like geared towards mini lessons specifically for that genre. Tina, it is one of the classic looking books with gold binding. Oh, how exciting. All right, so now what I'm going to do is take this and I'm going to plug it into these guys. I'm going to try to stick to my same colors. And then I will hold it up at the very end. How about that? Okay, I have to go back to get a little bit more specific information. So back to week 1. Fox and the Geese, 3 spinsters. And the essential question was what? What helps us solve problems? Okay, spellings, pink. Irregular plurals. Tina, I loved your project that you posted. Elise, will you be on next week as well? But probably not a plan with me, probably just more of a informal hop on, see if anyone has any things they want to discuss, or like see what's being brought up a lot during the week. Or if this video gets too long and I don't finish the weekly planning, I can carry it over to next week. Sheep. Teeth. themselves. Wolves. Then we got grammar, possessives, and punctuate dialogue. Maybe I'll do Brothers Grimm when I'm actually teaching these lessons in place of Dr. Know-All and Three Spinsters. And then in their centers, when they're doing their Read to Self Center, I'll still have them read those stories and then answer those questions about them so that they might like it. I just don't like teaching it. But I can still give them like the bookmark with the text-dependent questions that have the Three Spinsters and Dr. Know-All. And then they can get exposed to more, I guess. Okay. It's key events, which is lesson 2 and 7. For week 1, when it's those 2 short reads, I'm able to read both of them aloud right away and then have them annotate right away. And then the next day we do the 3rd read. When we get to the other weeks when it's more extended, I usually don't have time for them to annotate. So I end up just doing the 1st read on Mondays. And then in here I have context clues, but we've also got that reference materials aspect. So I'm going to put a little asterisk right here. Bring in reference materials to my lesson. Okay, the word study is used for grammar, and it's called The Incredible Goose. So that's day 3. Haven't messed up my colors yet, woohoo! And then do like character analysis, lesson 4 on day 3. And then lesson 13 the next day, central message. And then lesson 14, compare contrast theme. Okay, there we go. I don't have anything for down here. So that'll be nice and light. Let's see. Thank you for showing me the inquiry projects. You are welcome. They are already asking me what we're going to do for Unit 6. Now I'm sweating. We should look and see if there are any good ideas for Unit 6. I might have them make an app. I wonder if you can connect that. What's your big question for 2nd grade? What's ours again? What helps us solve problems? The app project could probably work. For 3rd grade anyway, for Unit 6 also. By the way, can I give you a huge shout out? I remember when I joined this group, there were around 500 members. Now there are over 5,000. Thank you. Guess we're doing something right. All right, that is week 1. Unit 6, Week 2. The extended read is Dr. Noel. It's crazy how big it's gotten. Dr. Noel. And if anyone's a new member and you're watching, welcome. I love approving requests because people always, they answer those 3 questions and they always say really funny or sweet things. So thank you if you're one of those people. Tina, 2nd grade, what can different cultures teach us? That's fun. Social studies connection. Long, short. We've got choose. Food. Good. Looked. Rooster. Okay. Language. Comparatives. I love it how, okay, I might spell this stuff wrong because I want to talk. I love how people are getting more comfortable now and sharing pictures and ideas from their classroom just as they get more comfortable with this series. It's been really inspiring to see how we can bring in our creativity. Okay, I'm not even going to remember all this stuff because I'm not starting Unit 6 for a little while. Next week, we're done with all 3 weeks of Unit 5. So next week, we're just spending the whole week on our app design. Every single day. I'm so excited. And that is 3 and 5. And also, we're doing, our small groups are looking a little bit different for Unit 5 since we're doing more of a GLAD unit. So we're finishing up all of our team tasks and our individual tasks next week so that we can put them on display for open house. Because our open house was pushed up this year, so it's next month. Characters point of view. Lesson 8 and 11. So in week 2, lesson 8 and 11, I'm going to put combine. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to look because lesson 8 and 11 are both about characters' actions. Influencing the lesson. And then 14, compare, contrast. Okay, let's see. Cassandra, I agree. This group has been a big help to me this year with it being my first year with the series. Yay! What grade do you teach? And Tina says, the inquiry projects for 2nd grade, Unit 6, retell an American legend, share a personal story with a moral, and conduct a plant experiment. Let me see what it is for 3rd grade. We've got interview California innovators. No, that's Unit 5, sorry. Look at local government. Oh, yeah, we did this last year. They were opening a a body shop where they were going to be opening like a paint booth where they were going to be spraying the cars right on the corner of our street. And I guess the paint from the fumes would go into the air right by our school. And the community was getting really involved with this. And so I had my kids write little index note card things. It was really simple. We didn't do this whole drawn out thing, but they actually went to City Hall and and protested, and it didn't pass. So the community won. So my kids are on TV. It was cute. Okay. Local government, develop wildfire solutions. Oh, God. With these wildfires and mudslides, I'm kind of over that. Hold an inventors fair. So that seems like more Unit 5, even though that's part of Unit 6. Okay, word study is going to be The Kid and the Wolf. I don't remember that. I wonder if that's like Boy Who Cried Wolf. The Kid and the Wolf. Okay. And I'm going to leave these writing mini lessons blank because that's going to look different for everybody. And that is week 2. 5th grade, Cassandra. What are your inquiry projects? Do you know? Sarah, did you fill out the planners for 3rd grade Unit 6? That is what I'm doing right now. I did the unit overview, week 1 and week 2, and I'm doing week 3 next. Almost done. Do any of you fill these out and then like have these on your desk and follow these each week? Okay, extended read. The Wolf and the Fox. Whoops, sorry, just hopped on. Holiday for us tomorrow, so I completely blanked. Us too. Welcome, Sarah. Us too. We don't have school tomorrow. Woohoo! Okay, Gail teaches 2nd. So your big question, 2nd grade teachers, is about what can cultures teach us? So Gail says, I'm opening Unit 6 with the kids making flags of the countries representing their heritage. We usually do an ancestor unit that goes with social studies, so I'll be trying to weave those concepts throughout this unit. How fun. And oh good, you guys do. I'm glad. I do these to help me kind of see the whole unit as, you know, as a whole, and then I put it into my my daily planner, and that's what I keep on my desk. My husband works in sales, and he sells like you know, hard goods, so not digital content, and he was working with a company that did planners. And I was like, oh my God, how fun would that be to like create planners that actually have these in them? So I told him to look into that for me. I was like, I'll design it if you can make it. Okay, week 3 is OU. We were thinking of doing Flair pens, but he doesn't get much of a discount on them. So it wouldn't be worth it to buy mine versus the store. Let's see. We're trying to think of ways we can collaborate though. Down, found, growls. Oh, my kids are gonna need this spelling this week. Howl, snout, sound, waterfowl. Okay, that's one of the spelling words. What is waterfowl? Language focus is concrete and abstract nouns. That's always fun. and irregular verbs. Abstract. Verbs. Okay. And then we've got lesson 3 and 5, key events summarizing. Do any of you break that up and read the text over 2 days and do those lessons separately, the key events and summarizing lessons? Or do you read the text as a whole and then do the key events and summarizing afterwards? And then we've got context clues and reference materials again for week 3. The Elks Lodge donated a bunch of dictionaries to my kids, so they'll be excited to pull those out. Okay, and then we got lesson 8, character traits. I was getting ready to fill out a unit planner, and I'm so glad to be in this group. I love your videos. Thank you. I look forward to them too. Tina, I did a heritage book for Unit 4. The inquiry was mapping your history. I should have kept it for this unit. So you did it on the point of view unit. This, yeah, it would have worked really well. Well, at least your kids have something to connect it to. It's a duck. Oh, waterfowl. Yeah, I thought, well, some type of bird, right? It's a duck. Thank you, Mr. Gilmore, for clarifying that for us. Character traits. Lesson 11, analyze story elements. Compare, contrast, central message. Okay, then the word study text is called Canine Cousins, the Fox and the Wolf. I'm just going to write Canine Cousins. You'll know what I'm talking about. And then I'm going to leave those mini lessons for writing blank. And then I'm done. Here's week 3. All right, guys, so I will post pictures. Let me write 3rd grade on all of these. I want black. Life's too short for black. Okay, 3rd. If anyone fills these out for other grades besides 1st and 3rd, feel free to share them to the Unit 6 photo album. And then that way, whenever someone's doing Unit 6, because we're all doing it at different times, they can just go to our photo album, and then there it is. Pictures of our ideas, of our planning, and all that. So there's everything for you guys. I'll wait like a couple more minutes, and then I'm going to log off and join my family at my mom's house. I got summoned for jury duty for the first time ever. How do we miss work on short notice. What are we supposed to do with the sub? Because it says you're supposed to call every night, so you like don't know if you're going to work the next day. That sounds like the worst. Take pictures of these now before I forget. All right, let's see. You can ask to postpone till summer. Okay. There's a little section where I could fill out an excuse, so maybe I'll just say summertime. Plus, I have my daughter in daycare. I don't know. I can't really be gone all day. Okay, let's see. Kelly, Sarah, are you starting Unit 6 this week? No, this week I'm going to be doing just the app design, that inquiry-based project that I have on my TPT. The kids design an app in their groups. So they're going to be doing that. And then, the other thing is I'm doing an inventor project for Unit 5 where each kid basically does research on an inventor and fills out that same chart, the one that I did for my unit intro, where it's like problem, impact, characteristics. So they're going to make a chart for their inventor to help them research. And then next week, we're going to use that time to input their research onto Google Slides presentation. So they're going to be working on the computers, doing their Google Slides, and then working in their teams doing the app design. And then the week after, we're starting Unit 6, and I have some visitors coming from, I think, Pasadena Unified. So it'll be nice to get back into a routine, but I'm going to do The Fox and the Geese, like just one of those stories. Gail, this is the first one I've been able to do live with you. Really? Well, yay. I thought you were always on here. In my district, we have to reschedule for during our vacation. That's awesome. So you could just say that as your excuse. Just tell them you think everyone is guilty. You'll be back the next day. Oh, Elise, what's your training on tomorrow? And Sarah, we are finishing Unit 5 this week. Unit 5 is fun. Okay, so Unit 6, let's think about Unit 7. Is Unit 7 the weather one? Let's see. Oh no, it's the communities one. I did Unit 7 kind of quickly last year, 2 or 3 weeks, and we took the kids to our local communities museum. Let's see, a writing training on benchmark writing or a different writing program. Sarah, I'm new to this group. Where do you get your planning sheet? Hi, Sarah. Let me post the link for you. Let me find it. This file is a free download, and it has planners for kinder all the way to 6th grade. And it has unit overview planners, weekly planners, and then daily planners. And also a link to do them digitally if you prefer to do it digitally. Writer's Workshop. Cool. All right, guys. I am all done. So hope this helps. I will post those pictures as soon as I hang up. And then I will, I don't have school tomorrow, so I'll be around if anyone needs me. I'm really behind you. Sorry to say, I'm just starting Unit 4. Any suggestions for catching up? Or just do 3 weeks for each unit? Yeah, I would just do 3 weeks. Because if you get to Unit 7 by the end of the year, you've covered all your standards. So I try to make that my goal instead of Unit 10. So I'm actually not sure how that would map up for the rest of the year. But Unit 4 is really fun. Maybe just do 3 weeks for Unit 4 and Unit 5. Or even, I don't know if your district would allow, but like you can, Unit 4 and Unit 6, the one I just planned, are both fiction. So you can look to see the standards and skills taught in both of them and maybe just use like the Unit 4 text, but bring in some of these standards and then, you know what I mean, skip Unit 6 later. If your district allows for that flexibility. All right. You're welcome. All right. Bye, guys. See you.